We're going to do this one on the fender. It's time. I'm going back to work. I've got Doug in the house today. He's rebuilding the starter. That's cool because he's going to try to check out the compression ratio, or not compression. Yeah, he's going to check the compression on the engines probably. But the first problem is he's got to fix the starter. So he's good with it, so am I. But right now I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix this Ford fender. It must have had a tire or something in there. What can I say about it? When I looked at it, the first thing I'm thinking is that someone would have to, you know, if you're going to make a panel for this, and you were going to make it out of one piece, like this piece here obviously is, you would have to do it on the wheel and panel that and beat that on a bag and roll that out. In my honest opinion, I think that is too long of a process. And not something that I would try to do with the wheel that I have. I've got one setting on that wheel. It's called a bearing. And it rolls quite hard. It does a lot of, you know, it stretches the metal quite heavy. But as you can see, this metal, this piece would have to be stretched and also shrunken, if you know what I'm trying to say. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do it. And then you can say how you would do it. And then we can talk about it in the end. So this is what I'm going to do. He also gave me a fiberglass fender that I could probably lay paper on and shrink the paper to make it fit to make my patterns. But as me and Doug talked it over, a person would want to see it done this way than having another fender to go off of. The reason being is most people wouldn't have that other fender. Yeah. Also, another thing on this, when I'm doing this, when you own your own shop and someone brings you in a fender like that, and it does not matter, he says, I don't think it matters if it's welded on or whatever, but he said, make me a piece for that I can weld in or whatever. So he's going to come and get the piece probably and then weld it in, or that's what I hope. But you can imagine the difference in time, you'll see, as to panel beating that. I'm not sure what that would take, maybe a day or two. You'd have to charge for your time, so that's what I'm thinking. I do not want to give him a panel that I've made and say, that's $1,000. I do not want to do that. I want to do it as quick as possible, keep the price reasonable if I can, and this is the way I'm going to do it, to try to make it as fast as possible in my brain. This is the way I'm going to do it, so here we go. I got some cardboard. I'm going to put some tape on the cardboard. And what is happening right now, I didn't straighten the edge off or anything. I will make the pattern bigger than it has to be so I can cut it off later. Just take a little bit at a time. And as I'm using this duct tape, it's the only tape that I have at the present moment. I think I have some green tape. But anyways, this is what I'm going to do. As I have this piece here, I'm thinking, this piece, if someone thinks that I can cut that out and flip it over and fit, it will not. This has a sharp radius here. If I flip that over and put it on there, that radius is not going to fit that, not even close, so we haven't gone there. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see this fender, you can see how it goes from this line here above your wheel lip up, and the curvature is right here on the fender. Now you pretty well have to find that out before you start making something. Let's find that out. It looks like to me it's going down like that. That's where the middle, that's what I'm saying, the middle of where it comes together. And that's what I'm going to try to do up on this piece here to make it easy as possible. I'm going to make it into two pieces. I'm going to butt weld it together, and I'm going to make a nice panel for this. But as I see that, I'm going to have to realize that goes out in the middle is here somewhere as I do that. Just looking the fender over, and I want you to look the fender over with me as I do it. As I put this on here, I'm going to put the cardboard down past the line, hopefully. And I'm just going to stick that on there. Just going to stick it on there like that. If you want to come take a look on this, we're sort of laid in a little bit. The piece that we're making, we want to make it a little bit larger than it should be, so we can trim some back. On this edge, where it's rolled over, it's going to have to be shrunken a little bit on that edge. And we'll do what we have to do to make it get done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this marker. I just found a straight edge. I'm going to mark straight edge on this. I'm just going to take this here, slide it on this plane here, slide this along this, and I'm hoping it'll give me, well, I know it will give me a mark on this panel here to see somewhere close of what we need. So as I start it, that's where it starts. I'm going to straighten it out a little bit. We're just going to come along here. Just trying to give the same radius. That pencil didn't go, wish that was straighter. Sorry, but I don't want to do, I want to do it again. Come on. If it gets bigger, that's better. Just a little more metal. As I slide that down like that, that's how I'm doing that. And I'll just go down. And then we can cut this piece off here, wherever we think. We'll make it a little bit longer than that, obviously. But I would say that's our first piece. When we pull that off, I'll make it a little bit longer than that. We'll try to get that rolled over so it looks half decent. But that's the first piece there. Let's take this off. I'm just kind of wondering, it'd be so nice just to make another piece right now. I am going to make another piece right now. I think what I'll do is I'll make another piece, lay on top of this, and I can cut it to fit that. And we can get somewhere close. Oh, they're the good scissors, these ones. So it's just cardboard is what I'm using right at the present moment, obviously. No big expense. Doug brought us 2 more wheels for the car. One for to have 4, and another one for the spare. Okay, there's our piece of cardboard. All I want to do is just shove it in there and sort of see what we're getting, kind of shape we have. I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to see how I got an opening here. That's an opening. I got an opening there. I know it's just cardboard, but we're just, we're going for it. Maybe that should be straight along there. I think we're good straight along there, to be honest with you. We're going to go there. Sorry. Oh. And this stuff is a lot of guessing going on. But you know what? You got to start somewhere. Have you not? You got to start somewhere. I'm just going to cut it up this edge here, I think. And that'll be fine. I'm going to leave that straight, have a little extra. That's what I'm going to do. This is trial and error for me. Exact same thing it would be for you if you had your fender. This is trial and error for me. When I'm going through this trial and error, what I have done is I've looked at the fender and then I've come up with a plan. If you do not have a plan, what can I say? If you do not have a plan, it's pretty hard to follow if you do not have a plan. Like generally what you do is you make a plan in your brain and then try to follow the plan. If you start changing your plan up all the time, you'll get carried away and taken maybe a little longer than you should, or I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but what I'm saying is make a plan before you start and try to follow through. Make a plan and try to start and follow through. And if it doesn't happen, do it for the best. Don't get discouraged. Use all your mistakes that you made and come up with a solution. That sounds so easy, doesn't it? But it's not. Yeah. But as I'm doing that, I'm just trying to get this piece of cardboard to fit that hole. That's all I'm doing, trying to get myself a couple patterns that I can start with, like anybody that didn't have the piece to put in there. So what I'm doing this present moment, I've got this piece glued on the side. I've got a shape going there, how round it's supposed to be. What I'm doing now is I've got this piece of cardboard cut. I'm pushing it out to where I think it should be. I'm out there quite a ways, but I still have a little metal left over to tip. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to trace the other side. So I've done, actually, what can I say? Couldn't get that, so that's what I'll do. So I'm saying this is the top piece. I got a lot, got me to bring it way over there. See, I still got lots, or I think I do a little bit. I have that much at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut that out, this pattern here. And I'm going to lay it on the fender and see what it looks like and go from there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's take this one off first. These fenders are in real good shape, you know. He does not want the wheel in it though, so that's what he shall have. That's what he shall have. I'm cutting it a little bit bigger. I got the lines there. I'm just going to cut it 1/4 inch bigger. I'm going to try to keep it the same, bigger all the way along. I'll go a little bit bigger on this part too, because I'm going to flop it over. That's one. This is bigger than it's supposed to be, but now I just have to remember that goes there. When I set this on here, now I get a chance to I got teeth in there. Probably won't have if I keep doing that. As I lay that back on there, find my line again. I notice that, yeah, that's where I need it. And then we're going to make it a little bit longer, 1/4 inch. Now, that line's a little different than that one. That's okay. We're going to keep going with this one because we can always cut metal off. We can't, you know, it's hard to add little tiny bits on. And that's what we're going to do. Alrighty. So, I have a piece that looks like it could fit there. All this edge is going to have to be rolled down, obviously. And then we have a piece that fits there that gives us our shape there. Now, I'm sure he wants to weld it on that edge. I'm not sure if I'd even take that piece out. It all depends, I guess. But that piece there, I think I would keep it in. Not sure if I keep it in there until I weld that piece in or whatever. That is his decision. But that piece right there, I'm going to cut this out of a piece of metal. Put some glasses on. Whew, dirty, dirty, dirty. How you making out, Doug? I have great faith. you've done well just to get that on. It's amazing that we even had that piece in here. It was sitting up there on the shelf, and there she be. Bum, 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 bum. Should get moving here, I guess. Get moving, Chad. Get moving. Whatever, I'll just cut that piece in half, and it'll be easier to deal with. Easier to deal with. Oh, there's my mic. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. The better you hold it, the better your pattern will be. I'm not doing such a great job, but I've got a little extra to work with. Doobie doobie. Want to get you in the belly, sweetheart. Jolene said to me this morning, take me to the beach. Man, I don't want to take you to the beach. Man, you look too good. That was funny, wasn't it, baby? Huh? Hey, take you to the beach. Take me to the beach. What's that, me friend? Well, thank you very much. Well, I thought of that, and then I said, geez, I'll just move that for a minute. If it does not work for you, Doug, we have a new boost pack here that will give that some jam, if that's necessary. What's that, baby? Yeah, we'll tuck that in there. We get that tuckied in there. This shape. We will wield it a little bit probably, but not a whole lot. We'll roll it and then roll that edge over. There's one piece. My other piece. So what this means is, I guess the faster that I can fabricate this piece and make it look like something and get it on there with using the less filler as possible. That's the main goal, is to make a piece for that where you have to use less filler as possible. And when I say less filler as possible, that's just that you're trying to do a good job. And that no matter who makes the piece, it's still going to get mudded out to make it look right. Hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So in the end, we are basically all the same. What happens is we're basically all the same. Whoever does this kind of work, basically we're all going for the same thing, I hope. The less filler as possible and make yourself happy. Well, what I have done, in my own brain, or what I'm trying to do, is try to get it done as quick as way possible so I can satisfy that I've got enough work done, I guess. That's where I'm at. But as I make this piece, I want to make it as fast as possible so I can charge him the least amount of money as possible. That's what I want when I get my stuff done. I would like the person to be able to do it as quick as possible, doing the best job as possible. That's what we're all striving for, I think, or that's all, that's the person I would want to hire, is someone that tries to do the best job they can, and when they get, the best job they can, then get fast at it. Yeah, don't know which either or, but we got some shape going on there. Now, it would be very easy to just start making it work. It very well could be. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make the panel so he can have it in his hand. He can put it on there and plunk it on there and do whatever he wants with it. But that's what I'm going to try to make it so. That's what we can do. This is a very simple thing, what I'm doing, I guess. I'm just trying to mimic the shape of the fender, just with gently turns, With a welder, see, I can hold that right down, hold that in place. And then you could put it in place, you could cut it together. But as we get going, I'm going to try to make it fit the best I can first. I might even tack it to the fender yet. Then I know. I didn't pay very much for this leg. I was born with it. It's a good tool. It's a good tool. Huh? It's a good tool. Nope, kind of getting her a little rounded there. This is what I'm going to do. Instead of me having to weld it in place, I'm going to tack it into place, a couple places. And then I'm going to mark a few marks on it to show me where to hit it. I'm going to put this in here. Less talking, more work? Less talking, more work. This might turn out to be more difficult than I planned for. But I will learn from each thing I do. Starting to go, the middle of the roundness is about there, I guess, and I should pull it so you can see the middle of the roundness here. Got to pay attention to that, and it's coming down, and then it's going like here. This is the middle of where it's round, so that's where I'm going to try to plunk it together. That's what I'm paying attention for, and if you were doing the same thing, you try to be paying attention to that too, I can guarantee it, or I hope you would. Trying to find out where that piece is. That's all by eye, right? We're doing that all by eye. That's not fitting badly there. You see it come back just a little. Now, if you come and take a look at this, I want you to come take a look at it with your you come take a look at it. This piece, this side is very crooked. Does not matter. because we got more than we need, because we go underneath there, we can butt weld that on, like shove that up just a little bit higher. This is going in the same playing field, right? This crookedness here does not matter. We made it big. Remember that? We made it big. As you can see, it's got to roll down. So as we look at this, to me, when I hold that on there, the center of that bend is coming from here. I'm going to get on top and just take a look for myself so I can, it's coming from that. I can see it right there. We're going to roll that down. This part here, I'm going to try to roll that down. As I roll that down, that is going to pucker up and it's going to, when I go to shrink it, metal is going to gather and make little things that come up in the air. And we'll see what we do after we get it going. We'll put this one on. So I've got this. So it seems to cover all of it. I'm just going to mark it on what I want rolled over here, just for by eye. You can see where it's half the mark there. I want to bend that over. I want to bend that over. I'm going to lay them both together. I'll probably then run a zip cut through them to make them fit right, and then I'll take some more of them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a hammer. I'm going to bend that over. Let's get a hammer right here. Roll over on that, I'm going to roll and bend on that. There's a couple ways I can roll this over. I'm just debating on which way I want to do it. I think I want to do it the easiest way. Just move this. What I'm going to do this second, there's the roll that I want. I want to roll that over. I want to roll that over. Right there, it's going to pucker. I know right now when I bend it this way and that way, that's going to pucker. So right now I'm going to give that a cut. Just going to cut it, that's it. And then I'm going to roll this over, roll that over, and see what happens. I'm just going to back up here a little bit. Get my glasses on. And the same with that will do that too. But you have to, I guess, recognize that before it comes to. I know what's going to happen, so we're going to cut it. And I'm not welding it to the fender, so it's harder to do it. You know? I have no problem cutting that, and this is the reason why. Because there's too much metal there when I flop it over. And that's going to gather there, and that little cut there is going to allow me to bend it over, and then I'll cut some more out of it, because what I'm doing is I'm shrinking that corner. I'm shrinking it, believe it or not. Believe it or not. I'm just trying to put it on the line there somewhat so I can bend her over. That down there. See that pucker up there? We'll beat that down. See how I've got too much metal there? See how I've crossed over? Didn't like putting that dent in that, but I will hammer that. Sort of get a nice bend to it. Let's take it back. See, now I'll just show you right quick. See the slit I put in it? It's gathered on the back. when I'm done, when I'm going to make this panel, or I'm going to finish it, what I'll do is I'll zip cut that and butt weld that together and try to do the best job I can. Put that on there. You're just going to be laid over some. We'll wheel it a little bit to get it around a little bit. Basically, that's what we're going for, is right there. Very simply. Now this is going to be rolled over, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it at least once. That there is right where I like it, so I'm going to mark it off. You know, from the underneath, obviously. Not going to do anything with it, but it's good knowledge to have when it comes time. It's good knowledge to have when it comes time. Could even go down a little bit further. That's going to pucker there when I bend it over. So let's give her a kiss and a prayer. And I'm doing that because I know there's too much metal there, and I know that it's going to gather there. Yeah, can't get that over on that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. Roll over easy. Don't want to do that. I can roll it in the yes I can. I didn't want to put the hammer marks in it. I do not want to put the hammer marks in this piece of metal. I do not want to do it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm put that bend in it first. And then we'll wheel this and get this in shape. This is going on top, obviously, it fits better. I'm going to shrink this piece a little bit, just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Right there, why not? I'm going to cut that a couple more times. Excuse me, sweetheart. How much time we at now, Fleur? We got a long time on there, see?
33.
Oh, good, we got time yet. I am shrinking this metal, and I'll tell you why I'm shrinking it, because I've taken some metal out of it, and taken metal out of it, and we're doing that. So that means that you're shrinking something when you take metal out. So as I get it performing here right, there we go. And we're starting to perform here a little bit now. All them marks or cuts, I will butt weld them together. I'll zip cut them again and I'll butt weld them together to make one nice piece before I weld it together. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. That's where I'm at. want to do that, but I'm willing to do it to make it look nice. Now, I'm going to have to make that nice with the hammer and dolly, but it's bending nice. I like that part. Back on. Oh. This back on. I so badly want to weld that tube, that fender, that it's crazy. And I might just do it. I might just do it. Just take these out. Not even close. One on down here. I'm having a hard time, as you can see, somewhat. I want to tack it to the fender so I can get it in shape, but that's not the way we're doing it. My metal piece to the inside is right here. See, that's what I want to get, eh? Get them to come together. I didn't want to use the wheel, but I'm going to. I didn't want to. I want that to come together a little better. I just want it to come together a little better. If you want to move one thing, you must move it all. Right? Just want to roll that over a little bit more. What I'm doing is just putting it through the wheel. Just putting it through the wheel here and putting a little down pressure on it so I can roll it over some more. That's all. That's all I'm doing. All I'll do is get a little shape to that part. What I want to do. be shrunk there. I might. Where did I put my piece? Did I take it over there with me, did I? Did I take my other piece over there with me? Put it right here. This pieces I got is way too big. I'm gonna cut it off some. That's what I'm saying, well, this is a lot harder than it looks. Thought it was gonna be simple. Coming to find out, that's just me. Alright, Doug? That's just me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that, and I'm hoping that I got enough meat there to do what I need to be done. I'm hoping I leave a little bit on it. Just a little bit. Probably not. They probably did come with it. I probably would have to find something. There's some bolts up there on the top.
Yeah, I tried that.
You're way ahead of me,
I
right?
found one out here in there, but I can't tell whether it's a fine thread or a coarse thread here.
I think all that stuff would be coarse.
There's a whole bracket here that doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to play nice?
No.
I don't know how to do. I'm gonna tack it to the fender. What's that?
I don't see that she's got any fine thread bolts over there.
No. Right there.
Well, that's one after all.
Just overlapping. Just overlapped. I'll cut it again. I just want to get a shape going on there if I can. I'd like to get this tacked in the right place. Like that. Does wrinkle that. I'm going to tack that on there because that's what it's going to end up doing, and that's what I'm going to do. Tack it on there. Having a hard time just making it as one piece. I'm going to tack it on the fender. And I will tack it gently enough that it can just fall off. I want it to hold. Sometimes that takes more of your time, doesn't it? You want the bolts and nuts.
Terrible.
Terrible, I know. You should get after the place. The guy who runs this place.
You should.
Yeah, really. I would too if I was you.
You're not planning on leaving that starter on, are you?
No, I probably never try to get something that would satisfy me. But if you get it working, I probably wouldn't stop me from using it.
I've got it working.
What?
I've got it working.
Oh wow! Keep that cat. I'm gonna take the hat off. yeah, this is quite a dandy piece. So as you see me making it, you've seen the real frustrated me. Not frustrated, but it is quite a piece.
Washers are like over in here.
I'm just gonna tack this on. Done. Just want a little tack like that. Let's see. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Come on, girl. Come on, baby. I want that push up there and stay there. I want that to stay there. Not going to make that clamp to stay there. Because the simple fact is. Here we go again. Here we go. I'm going to fix it while it's off, isn't it? Just flatten that bend out a little bit. As I'm making this piece, I guess the object of the game, or object of our game, is to make it nice as possible. Without a bunch of filler in it. It all just broke off, so I'll just tag that back on there again. Yeah. Come on, stick for me. Stick for me. Here. Sticking for me now. I love it. Let's take a little bit of scratch that off. This clamp will not let the. Hey, beautiful. Don't like that, how you want to rip it off either, but I don't like how in that far that is. Wow. Well, I guess one thing I am showing us how difficult this really is.
What?
I'm going to tack that on the back here.
Tack that in. This is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that I can get the basic shape and get it tacked together. I'll slice it to cut it together, and then I would wheel it together, and then I will butt weld it when it's together. But basically I have to get the shape that I'm going for. Let's do this. Let's do this. And now I need that. There, do that. Believe it or not, I'm going to tack that right there. Shape. Metal's just holding me up a little bit. I'll straighten it off. I haven't done enough metal. Terrible. Got it in there too short. Having quite a time. Just scared I got my metal too short, you know what I'm saying? Scared I got my metal too short. There we go. I'm gonna wrestle it around for a bit. We'll make something out of her. I wonder if it would have been easier just to pound the shape in. I'm wondering. I'm going to tack it. See what happens. There we go. Can't get the. I got a piece in the back of it, right? I can't clamp anything to it because the piece is holding me off. If you know what I'm saying. Grr. 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 I'm gonna do this. Alright. Now. That's absolutely horrific, isn't it? Huh? That has to come up. Get another cord for this. I am having a time and a half. I don't even know if I should have bent that first. I should just make a piece come to that piece. I'll cut that off. I'm having a hell of a time here. piece and just roll that piece on. Why am I making it so difficult? Why am I making it so difficult? Huh, baby? Why am I making it so difficult? That piece is right there. Let's do this. Roll that in, or I can roll that in after. Roll that in after. I don't know what I would be teaching anybody here other than trial and error. Right? That's basically what I'm teaching right at the present moment. It's called trial and error. What I'm going to do is, now that I see what I got going on here, it's a little more difficult shape than I planned for, but it's not over, that's for sure. It's not over. I'll get that later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and make a nice piece for the top and tack it, because I got this angle now. I didn't need both of them rolled over so hard. Didn't need that. Made more stress. But I just make this piece. Now I got this piece looking pretty good. I see I'm going to put a little wheel on this part. I'm going to wheel them when I get done, if you don't know. So as I got this going here, it's fitting good. Now I'm just going to lay a piece in here to there, because I will not have to make a big bend and come down around this corner. Because when it comes down around this corner, it's not coming straight, it's leaning in. So I'll lean this one in and then put this one in. We'll make it out of 3 pieces, not 3. So what I'm going to do is real quick, I'm going to get a piece of paper. Let's get this piece on here. It took me a little time to catch on, but here I go now. Cooking with gas now, I think, if you know what I'm trying to say. Get a piece of paper. So, I still got, what am I into, an hour now? Into an hour, so I got an hour's worth of work going on, people. I gotta get this thing done, man. So as I do this, I'm just gonna do this. Very quickly. I'm gonna go that, all the way around, all the way around. My marker. Awesome. Do it quickly with the marker in the case. Work when you want to, eh? There we go, there's our piece. So as you watch me fail with that piece there, you're going to watch me come ahead on this one, hopefully. Hopefully. In the end, I hope we can make a nice panel that he can set on there and weld on there and be happy with it. That's what I'm hoping. That's what we're going for. So I'm going to make one little piece like that. I will not have to put any bends in it. I might do it. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to put any bends in it. I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to tack it on there. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wheel it after I get it tacked together and put a little shape in it. That's what my brain is telling me to do. And I'm going to cut this piece of this piece because I would never want to waste it. And that is the truth.
I guess the lesson on this one, sometimes it can take more than one piece of metal to make your shape. And the faster that you understand that, I guess, we'll see how fast this gets done, but the faster we understand that, the better. That's that one. I'll cut this straight. And the way I will get the perfect butt weld is I will zip cut it and then weld it. I will zip cut the two pieces of metal together. Get them out. Get them my way. Just in my way, you know. Just come on. I'm going to put that up there. That needs to be rolled down there a little bit. So I'm just going to go through the roller there a little bit, try to roll it down a little bit. And then that'll be, I'll put it on. Geez, stop holding no gas, inertial fire. What's that? Awesome. Good job, Doug. You only been here an hour. Got that starter fixed. Got the starter on the engine. Whew.
Nuts and bolts were made in a hell of a sooner.
Doug keeps me honest. Yeah, there's nothing more. I'll do it all quicker. Oh yeah. Let's turn this welder on. Shall I unplug it? Alright, here we go. Let's do a better job of this than we did last time. What I'm thinking is I like it's how it's right there, like that. And weld it because it's tight. And that's the only reason I'm welding it, because it's tight. That wasn't that tight. But that's good. That's good. That's good. I want to just place. Yep. I was welding the piece on. I probably would weld it on and done it that way, but I'm trying to make a panel so he can weld it on. There's a difference. There's a difference. Big difference. When you have the welder, you can tack it on. You really have a big advantage because it'll hold itself. Tipping the edge down a little bit. I'm going to solve it. Now we've got
Another piece. Put on right there. Good thing I woke up, eh? Huh? Joey's laughing at me. She said it's a good thing we woke up. Let's see what you're doing here. I'm gonna cut this. She's pretty scary at first, wasn't it? Huh? Pretty scary. But, I mean, I thought I could roll it down like that. So, any more trouble than I figured, but. Piece of stretched on that side. Just got that on because it makes me work faster. The welder on thinks I gotta be welding, so I work faster. Get her done here in a minute. Get a piece on her. Hey, I don't know if I got that or made a mess, didn't I? We're gonna give that a little bit of shake. I'm gonna go that way. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All I'm doing is rolling through this thing and pushing down on the metal as I'm rolling it through with the wheel, and I'm just pushing down on it so it rolls down. That's all. That's all I'm doing. Gotta be careful to bite you just like that. It bit me. It bit me. And what that is doing, that is stretching the metal. You can see how it's got a little roll going on there. That bear and the wheel together is stretching the metal. See, I got a little roll in it. Now, I really like, this is what I like. It seems to me like it's a little shy. You know, it's in a little bit. That's fine, because when I go to wheel this out or make anything of it, then it will stretch. So that's exactly what I was hoping for. And we'll turn the welder on. It'll stretch when you put the wheel on it. That's what that's all about. Make the shape and stretch it. Now I'll be able to see that tire cut there? Short, you want to do that? Remember, I'm going to cut it together. butt weld it, so I'm going to cut that while it's together, and then I can butt weld it. But first I want to have enough metal. That I'm able to do that. Knew that was going to be troublesome. Just for a second, though. Beautiful. Just holding it still, that's all I'm doing. Still. Just hold it still. Set it down. So I'm not even, you know how much I'm penetrating on the fender when I don't want to penetrate a little bit further. I would like for that piece to come out a little bit. Helmet sucks. Doesn't it? It's so short in the head, right? It wants to fall off all the time. Maybe it's my head that sucks. Alrighty, got sort of a basic shape going on there. I want to connect that there somehow. Now basically, what I'm going to do, I guess, is I'm going to take that piece off. I see this has to have more out of it. It's quite sharp there. This has to have more, but it can be set in a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that off. I'm not sure if I should zip cut it first. I want to zip cut. I'm not sure. I want to zip cut it first and nope, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to make all the seams come tight. I just do that when I take it off. Then I'm going to zip cut it. Let's get on to it, I guess. Less talk and more work. Right? Hey, you should have a seat then. Sit down. Grab a seat and sit down. Grab a seat and sit down. Alright, let's try to make this something, I guess. I'm going to knock this off. Knock this off. Not cutting the fender. I'm not cutting the fender. I'm cutting the weld that's holding the metal. Yeah. See how it's there? Now I can plug all that tight.
Put it on the floor.
Alrighty. As you can see, here's the piece. It'll take a little convincing. But I'm going to spot it all together, clean it all up. Let me get a zip cut wheel. Show you what I'm going to do first. This is taking quite a while. It is what it is. That's what I was wondering, how many hours it was going to take. I could never tell you how many hours it would take to make that piece. I guess I could probably explain it if I was putting it on and doing it that way, but I was going to make a panel instead. And now that we have made a panel, I'm starting to learn how much time it can take. So you figure out the hourly wages, and then we'll figure out what it's going to cost to have something like this done. And we will soon find out as soon as I get it mocked up and cleaned up. What I'm going to do this second, so I can spot or stick it together, is wherever it's not, like right there, I can butt weld it together. It's nice, I can butt weld that together. Where it's overlapped, I want to take and run the zip cut through it, and then I can beat it together and then butt weld it. Then when I get rolling it through the wheel, making a little more shape to it, I'm not affecting anything. And I can grind it off so it's one nice piece. One nice piece. Let's do it. What piece do I want to go with? That's up to... together. Just turn the on. Gotta put a ground on it. Man, just butt welds on that. Just trying to flush it out so it's glove on fire. Beautiful. together. Now, check it out, see this, what side I like. I'm going to do this. There we go. Just tacking it together, hoping everything's hoping that's good enough. I hope it might need more out of there. Who knows? And what I mean by more is I might have to cut that again, take more out of it. That's all I'm saying. It's gathered together there as I tacked it down. So now as I'm going to run a little spot on here, it's flush. 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 And you know, it's good. And it can help. There we go. So now, this side. If I would, I think Doug's having fun. Over here working on your car going. Doug, you just remember, Jolene doesn't need another man. Yeah, I'm just spotting that there. I'm just spotting that there because it's flush. It's, you know, zip cut it together. Now I'm just going to finish this little spot up in here, and it should be pretty well completed. And I'm just following one line of the metal, and it'll cut the other side because it's overlapped. So I'm following this side, and then I know that. I've got a butt welded piece together for this. Like any panel, it's going to take a little persuasion to put that on there. I'm not sure if it's high there or not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and flapper wheel this off. Very quick like. Flapper wheel off on that flapper wheel off this. Get the flapper wheel. Must be already out there. And sometimes it's like, you know, it's good to rush around and get things done, but it sure does get aggravating when the old cords get wound up on you. Look at all the cords I got on place here, eh? Just trying to get something made in a reasonable short amount of time. And what happens is I get moving as fast as possible, and then I get a mess underneath my feet. This metal is 18 gauge, so it is very thick. I didn't grind, I don't like grinding the metal that much. I like keeping as much as I can. I just ground the top of the welds. Everything is butt welded together. So now I'm just going to go over and try to make some shape. I'm working on the car. Them brakes haven't been serviced forever, have they, Doug? Them brakes haven't been serviced forever, have they? Yeah, so you got to turn it around. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Huh?
How about now?
Yeah, sure. Just made up my mind. I'm trying to wheel it so what happens when you're wheeling stuff. Takes a little bit of muscle. That's what I'm trying to do, is get a little shape in it. Get a little shape in it. Might have to cut that some more where the round part is. Ouch. Yow! Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm using it quite rough, but you know, that's what it's all about. What it's all about. Now, I can spend hours doing that, probably. I don't want to, though. That's the name of this game. I don't want to. I want to make it as quick as possible. Is what I want to do. Make it as quick as possible. I think I got a little high there, I'm not sure. Not sure. But that still can be taken out. There's some gap there. Let's see if I can take a little out of it. Got a little bulge going on there. Taking metal out of it. Just taking metal out of it. You see? I'm going to beat that down some. right there, the shape I want. Right? Quite a mess to get this done, aren't I, huh? But I froze it in there. Must be. She froze in there. See, that comes back together as I took that out. I could probably zip that again and take a little more out of it. I'm gonna do it again. Zip cut again and take a little more roundness out of that. This seems to be high, that's all. And then I'll butt weld it back together again. See how that come together? I see it. Seen it come together, I did. I'm gonna tack that there. See, more has to come out of that to make that fit better to me. Tack it. Ooh, that's too bad. That's what I wanted. You can see how, hope that's still plugged in. You can see how it crossed over there? Tight there again. All I'm doing is taking the metal out of there. That's terrible. Get caught in the moonlight. Terrible. Terrible. And then hope I'm connected or if I'm not connected. It doesn't matter. Yeah, as I beat this. I'm really starting to get a nice piece there. Now that this, I can butt weld that back together. Not sure if I should. I really want to hit it on the bag there for a second and put a little shape in it. I got a little spot right here. It's out there nice, but it hasn't got no shape right there. So I'll just put a little shape in it with the hammer. Put a little bit of shape in it. I don't want to go crazy. Yeah, it feels good. Feels really good. Really good. Now, let's go over by the thing. I'm thinking that we have the piece made. Some wheat good. It's hard to tell until you really get it on there. Piece. Anyways, what I would do, if I'm the guy putting it on, I'm not sure if I'm going to be the guy putting it on or not, but I would make sure that I didn't put the metal on top. We don't want the metal on top. This piece is too big. We're sitting on top. But we'd put the piece down in there. Make it go down in like that and make it fit. Like, so there's something to trim off, you know, as I see what's going on here. This needs to set in here like this. I would start this in here. I would cut that, I would stick that right there, weld it right there. Then I'd push this in and I'd weld it in there. I'd make sure that it's inside here. We'll just see what happens when we look at the piece or he looks at the piece. What I'm gonna do though is, this is what I'm gonna do just for shits and giggles. I'm just gonna polish it up a little bit. This is 18 gauge, it's not gonna hurt any. So you can see, I'm gonna take the little burrs off the fender. I want to show you what kind of piece, you know, we made. See, you got time to butt weld together and do it? Well, anyways, that's the piece. I would make it set inside there, so actually I probably would cut that piece out. So you could lay this piece on top, then you could trace it out and then we'll set it right inside. You would never want to put this on top. You want to butt weld that in there. And I'm thinking we're pretty close. If the time comes, you weld that in there, and that corner does not look good enough or whatever, it does not look right, you could split it and still cut it and knock it in where it should be, where you want it to be. But that's the piece I made. And I butt weld it together and put it on there. Well, I guess that's how you overcome doing something wrong from the start. I don't know how many hours we got?
140.
So we got an hour and a half in this piece. We got an hour and a half. So what I'm thinking is we've got another hour welding it in. So we'll say 3 hours to make the piece and put it in and grind it off nice. We'll say 3 hours. That's what I'm going to say. If I finish welding and weld it in there, it would be a 3 hour piece. If you can punch it out on your machine faster, God bless you. God bless you. I'd like you to show me and teach me. But this is what I have to do that piece, and that's the way I've done it. We have a fiberglass fender. I could have took like patterns off, I could have put paper on it, shrunk it, and done it that way. But to me, to be honest with you, if I can't do it that way, well then how would I do it with a fiberglass fender? So that's what I did. I hope it showed you something. You watched me scramble to figure a way to get it done. And the way I figured it out was I ended up, trading the one piece for 2 pieces, which really in the end give me a nicer job. Now I can butt weld that all together. I can wheel it out a little bit more. I definitely can wheel it out a bit more. Once I butt weld that together and clean it off on both sides, it's a beautiful piece. It's 18 gauge. I got lots of scraping I can do there, lots of grinding I can do on that. So I'm okay with it. There you go. Make the piece, weld it in, grind it off. I would say probably 3 hours. That would be the labor cost, and you would have to charge for the welder, maybe a grinder disc. And some bruised feelings because you didn't do it as fast as you thought you could. Well, you find out, Doug. Doug's on the front end of this Bugatti.
I'm just waiting.
He's checking things out.
Making noise while you're doing your thing there.
He's pulling the Bugatti front end apart Gotta love it for that. You gotta love it for that. Does that mean dinner, Doug? Does that mean dinner? Anyways, I'm going to probably finish butt welding this piece up and keep playing with it a little bit and put my 2 hours in at least. You know, put my 2 hours in so I can, you know, charge him a nice piece. And I'll give that to him and hopefully he'll be happy with it. Oh, you want to show the engine? Got the engine over here. Doug's doing the engine. He's got that. He fixed the starter. He's got her wheeling over now. Got all the plugs out of her. We got our FOMO covers on her. He's going to check her out and see if she's going to be, you know, be an all right engine. And if it's not, it wasn't big money anyways. But let's face it, if it is, I will use it. Everything, all this coming off, all the stuff is coming off it. This engine's going to look like beautiful, I think. That's going in the 40. Yeah. Alrighty, have a good one. That should be enough TV for today. Yeah. When I cut metal out of it, it means I'm shrinking it. That's when you're cutting metal out of it. So I've got that spot to butt weld, and I can grind it off both sides, and I can make that look like it's never been welded. I can make that look like it's never been welded, and I can take pictures of it after if you'd like. Yeah. Alrighty, have a good one.